poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? Mm-mm-mm. Good day. What's poppin'? Happy Sunday to all my people, man. What's poppin'? Happy Sunday. Hey, brother, appreciate it for your service. Hey, appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. They say a lot on that audio. Oh yeah, we about to we about to break it down. We about to break it down. You already know. John Mitchell, what's poppin', my people? What's poppin'? I really rock with you for shining the star. You are a shining star. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. This the week I know they going to crack the. Oh yeah, I told y'all, man. I told y'all. Remember on my other lives, I told y'all every day something is going to be released. Every day. What's poppin', Tier RN? What's poppin'? My girl, what's poppin'? Empress, what's poppin'? We gonna break it down today. Let's get to it, man. Get to it. Let's get to it. Oh, let's get in our office. Let's get to it. If y'all can hear me, put an 8 in the chat. If you can hear me, put an 8 in the chat. Hold on, let me get. I gotta get a tripod, bro. I'm gonna get my tripod soon. But remember I told y'all, like, for the last 2 weeks, that every day something new is gonna come out. Every day. And that's what's been happening. And this is my first time, like I told y'all, a lot of times when stuff is too like heavy, bro, I have to take my time to go into it because I get mad, bro. So today is my first time actually listening to this stuff. Everybody been sending it to me, but it's my first time listening to like the first minute. I listen to the first minute, that's it. Because I been knew they murdered him, bro. I been knew it. Yeah, they can't cover it up. Take this headset off. It's crazy, man. But let me show y'all something. Hold on. So, I went on WLOX to find the full version of the audio, right? I told y'all, even the media on their team, I can't play the first 7 seconds because this news outlet, it's probably in Mississippi. Somebody look it up for me. It's WLOX News. Where is that? Is that in Louisiana or Mississippi? Because they did something. These people, at the first, soon as it starts, they added music. They added some type of rock song to the audio for the first 7 seconds, and then they stopped it. I can't play the music because the video going to get demonetized. But if y'all got like another device, go on your device right now and put in WLOX News and put in the dispatch call. They added music to the first 7 seconds, bruh, and those 7 seconds were critical, bruh. I told y'all they all... Look, if you don't believe me, go play it for yourself. If you got another device, a laptop by you, another phone, pull it up right now. Yes, they play music the first 6, 7 seconds, bruh. I told y'all they all on the same team. If it wasn't for content creators, bruh, man. Is it Biloxi? See? I told y'all, bro. They all on the. So I had to go to hear the first. Well, we go let this play first, and then we'll go to TikTok. You know. Yeah, they were even. Hold on. I'm gonna show you how cold the game is. Let's go to the comment section. And a lot of these people are Caucasian, bruh. It's a lot of Caucasian people that's like, oh no, something wrong. Look, somebody said the boys' parents, state police, DA had this audio the whole time and still tried to tell us they knew nothing and they didn't know what happened to him. Let that sink in. Come on, bruh. Look, somebody else put, y'all keep erasing my comment because it's not what y'all want to hear. But like I keep saying, I can clearly hear someone in the background of that boat saying Nolan name. I also heard Nolan get the F up. They stupid as always got away. Okay. The grandpa was part, okay, I don't know nothing about that, but we about to get into this audio. This is my first time actually listening to the audio. But shout out to everybody that's in. Somebody in my community post told me I should go live today, and I listened. They right, bro. We gotta, you know. Every county on Mississippi Gulf Coast is crooked. Oh, somebody said, I thought that maybe that music was playing on a boat. I don't know. I don't know. But hold on. Let me mute y'all right quick so I can make sure that the music is off. Hold on. Oh no. That was the news did that. That was because like you'll be able to hear it if it was like from the boat. That was from the news. Like it was them. They had this the whole time. Hold on. They had this shit the whole time, but they kept it so they can edit it and add that music, bro. Go on your other device and put that in. WLOX News and put the dispatch call. The first 6-7 seconds is them. It's the news media playing music, bruh. They added that music. That's not from the boat. You can hear it. It's like, it's too crystal clear. So, hold on, y'all. I'll mute y'all right second. Hold on for like 6 seconds. Okay, we good. Everybody in the building? What's popping? The FBI already had this audio. Exactly. But they gave you a piece of the audio. Remember that? But I told y'all, every day, something is going to come out, bro. This is an open investigation, but we got, come on, man. What they talking about? Talking about they investigating. Bro, content creators investigating harder than Mississippi right now, bro. What they talking about? Let's get into it, man. Hold on. Let me get myself situated. Let's get into it. Everybody put an 8 in the chat if y'all can hear me. Put an 8 in the chat if y'all can hear me. Let's get to it. Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate everybody joining live, man. Like I say, today we here. It's up, bro. It's up. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's get into it, man.
Kill Assistant, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our village pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a...
I heard that. Somebody said, get the fuck up. And somebody said, Nolan name, get the fuck up. Hold on.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our village pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles? Hello?
Hey.
Yes, how far is the water coming up, sir?
It's going up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down.
All right, well, let's get you going. Membership number or phone number listed on the account, sir.
I don't know the phone number. It's either. I think it's. Try that.
All right.
I know we have a membership like guaranteed. I don't
All
have
right.
the tag on
Unless you
here.
have a
We got ripped
membership
off.
number or anything, it's okay. I'll get you over to the captain. What's the best phone number to reach you at?
Reach me at 2.
Y'all see that? Y'all see how they edit out certain things, like it went mute? You see that? You see that? They had this audio the whole time. Mind you, this all happened July 4th, bro. It's about to be a whole month later. What you think they did to this audio? This not the full audio, bro. They muted parts of it. They edited parts out, bro. Who they think they talking to? This the same thing they did with Carmelo Anthony. This the same exact thing. But Mississippi, I told y'all, those officials in Mississippi, bro, those racist people, they so dumb. They should have just kept this shit. Because we can see that y'all edit some stuff out. You muted everything. You know why they muted? Because in the background, they were saying Nolan name. They were saying Nolan name the whole time. That's why he couldn't concentrate. The boat was never sinking. That was a lie. That was a cover-up. What the? Bruh. Content creators saw that the hatred for us runs deep. That's a fact. So they kept this video to edit and mute certain parts out of it, bro, because they were saying Nolan name. That's why he couldn't focus. The boat was never sinking, bro. That was an excuse. That was an excuse because they went to a whole nother part. They went to a whole nother body of water. The boat was never sinking. If the boat was sinking, they would have took that boat to the owner in the first place. Come on, bro.
Hey,
Yes, how far is the water coming up, sir?
it's coming up. We're just thinking. I don't know. Like we're going down.
All right, well, let's get you going. Membership number or phone number listed on the account, sir.
I don't know the phone number. It's either. I think it's. Try that.
All right.
I know we have a membership like guaranteed. I don't
All
have
right,
the tag
unless
on
you
here.
have
We
a
got ripped
membership
off.
number or anything, it's okay. I'll get you over to the captain. What's the best phone number to reach you at?
Reach me at 2.
Bruh, these people, bruh, hold on. Tia Arian, I appreciate you for that 1999. She said exactly. I was going to say the same thing. They did Carmelo's case. You can tell he was lying. He couldn't even tell a lady how far to... Exactly. I'm glad they've been exposed. They said the girl was on the boy's ex... On one of... Okay. That was his phone number they edited. Oh, everyone also said, don't die, Nolan. I will go listen to Chronicle Speaks. He has 2 videos. Yeah, I don't really like playing other YouTubers, you know, as a YouTuber, playing they stuff like that, because you never know. They can strike your video anytime. They can copyright it, and you just, you know, you just never know how they feeling that day. They definitely chopped it up. Yeah, they chopped it up. They chopped it up.
All right, and is everybody on board in good health otherwise?
Yeah, everybody's
How
on
many...
board.
All right, do you need the United States Coast Guard?
What?
Do you need the United States...
He said what? Like he can't even focus, bro, because they trying to figure out what they're gonna do with Nolan. Hold on.
Is everybody on board in good health otherwise?
Yeah, everybody's
How
on
many...
board.
All right, do you need the United States Coast Guard?
What?
Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need that.
All right. All right, do you have your current GPS coordinates?
Let me go look.
If not, I can send you a text message.
Hold on.
Okay, so Quan is saying, listen to the 911 call again. On the 111 mark, you can hear in the background someone saying, no, no, wake up, Wyatt, check his chest. So I ran this through my editing program. And listen, I am not a pro at audio by all means, but I did try to enhance the background so we can hear more of what was said. I'm gonna feature just the parts where you can hear people talking in the background. I want to be very clear. This is my interpretation of the enhanced audio in the background. It is not a confirmed transcript, so please take this with a grain of salt.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Hello? Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need that.
All right. All right, do you have...
Somebody said check his chest. But you see how, I want to show y'all how the media, they can use the isolate, the noise, so you can't hear shit, bruh. That's why they kept this audio. That's why they kept this audio. That's why they kept the audio, so they can isolate the sound, the background sound, so you can't hear shit. Come on, bruh.
Current GPS coordinates?
Let me go look. Try that.
All right.
I know we have a membership, like, guaranteed. I don't
All
have
right,
the tag on
unless you have a
we got no
membership
call.
number. Wait, how many adults, sir? That was the question.
Hey, Lord. Stop the wall.
All right, how many people, sir?
Like 7.
All right, thank you.
He said like 7 and someone just, how you say like 7 and someone just counted 6?
Does everyone have life jackets on or available to them?
Yes, we have life jackets available.
Did you notice that he said 7 people were on the boat and then they counted and it was just 6? Now, another thing I noticed in the full audio, when the dispatcher called the captain of the Coast Guard, the captain said, I just talked to his grandpa and he said he doesn't need a tow.
It sounds like a bunch of kids on board on Horn Island, and he's saying the boat is sinking.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just actually got off the phone with his grandpa, who I'm guessing is the owner of the boat. And
Is it
he
Jerry?
said that yeah, Jerry, yeah. He said,
Okay.
I just hung up with him. He said that they don't need any help right now, but if something changes, they'll call me back. So
They lied. And the grandpa know. I told y'all, that whole goddamn town know what happened to Nolan, bruh. They murdered him. And that's why your boy Warren did that interview with Officer Raccoon. So, when you guilty, you go do stuff like that. You go do stupid stuff. You want to do an interview without an attorney. You go do an interview with a YouTuber. But he thinking people going to say, oh, I'm innocent since I'm doing this. No, dude, you look guilty. And this the cold part. Officer Raccoon made him look guiltier. I'm like, wait. Officer Raccoon might be on Nolan's parents' side. Because he damn near got a confession. Bruh. By him doing that interview, that was the stupidest shit I ever seen in my life. And he don't know. Officer Raccoon, all he care about is the money. He just want the views. But the parents, they so guilty. They say, oh yeah, come on over here to Ocean Springs and you could do this interview. They so guilty, they not thinking, bruh. They so guilty, they not even thinking how stupid they look. But I told y'all, Mississippi, them racist people, they not used to all this attention. They not used to being posted all over social media. Their life is ruined, bruh. Every day it's a video about them. Every day they picture is up. They not used to that. They don't like their racism being called out. That's why the governor said Al Sharpton and Crump is creating division. What you talking about, stupid? Mississippi been divided. It's the most racist state. What you talking about? But I told y'all in my video. I told y'all since last year, bro, since 2024, the ancestors was going to expose all this shit. Usually they can sweep it under the rug. Not this time. You got content creators that can get better audio than the news. You got content creators that can get better audio than the news media. You know why? Because the news media will never do anything to benefit black people. But when it's Carmelo Anthony, they got all the audio, everything clear, except the stabbing. You notice that? With Carmelo Anthony, they had all the police, the dash cam, they had all the cameras, bro, the body cams, everything with Carmelo. But right here, they want to play dumb. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. With Carmelo, they had all the body cam footage. He said he did it. It was no grace. It was no mercy. But now they won't stop speculating. These are kids. Nope, Carmelo was a kid. He was 17 years old. It wasn't no mercy for him. Matter of fact, y'all wanted to find a rope and find a tree for him. Doxing his parents. Come on, bro. Who they think they talking to, bro? But when the tables reverse, now they want sympathy. The governor, the DA, they want to make interviews. I'm like, the more y'all talk, the guiltier y'all look, bro. I don't know if that's a word, but goddamn. They all guilty. And I've been telling y'all, bro, in these sundown towns, everybody stick together, bro. But the pressure on, see, Nolan Wells' parents is so smart. Instead of attacking them saying this has something to do with race, they didn't do none of that shit. All they kept doing was doing interviews. So the people on the island and the parents, everybody in Ocean Springs, they like, oh shit, we gotta do something because they getting traction. So they started doing shit to make themselves look stupid. That's it. So when this shit go to court, everything Warren said in that interview, he gotta say. Everything Officer Raccoon asked in that interview, he gotta go. Because he just thinking about money. He not even thinking. He using them kids. Officer Raccoon, bro. That's diabolical, dog. Damn. The game is cold. Like I just say, notice how the media, I can play this audio. Hold on, let's go back. This is bullshit audio, bro. Listen. Hold on. This is bullshit audio, but you go to a TikToker and they got the best quality. Like, come on, bro. That tells you something. Listen to this shit.
Hey, Nolan, are you ready?
Yes, sir, I'm available.
Nolan, ready for you? Boss.
What the hell is this?
4672.
All right, 4672. All right, you were breaking up a little bit. Can you just repeat it one more time to make sure I have it correct?
Sorry, look.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, what?
So you're breaking up. If you need assistance, do you have a VHF radio?
No, we do not have VHF radio.
All right, well, let's try to get you going because you don't have good cell phone reception. Can you verify your coordinates one more time?
Okay, my coordinates are 30 degrees by 14.684 north, and then west by 88 degrees by 46.79.
Right, looks like you're on Horn Island, correct? Are you
Yes,
on
we are
Horn
at Horn
Island?
Island. Yes.
All right, is the boat sinking or you have it aground?
We were sinking, yes.
Is it the ground is the question?
No, we're not aground. We are in
Okay.
17 foot of water. We're in 31 foot of water.
All right, has to ask. What do you want to do? Do you want to be towed back?
I want to get this boat unsank and towed back, yes.
All right, where would you like it towed to, sir?
You can tow it to Ocean Springs or Fort Bayou on.
All right, how many adults and children on board?
No, there's no children.
So, is there anybody on board? How many adults, sir? That was the question. Hello, can you hear me?
Nah, that was the moment you know they was on bullshit. She asked him how many adults are on the boat. And I bet you behind that phone, he was like, what should I say? What should I say? What should I say? Come on, bruh. She asked him, how many adults on the boat? Let's go.
Try to jump in and pull the plug while you're going.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yep, I just need you to answer these questions so I can get you over to the captain.
Okay.
How many adults on board?
There's 0 adults on board.
There's nobody on board the boat?
No. Nobody
Alright.
here is over the age of 21.
What the hell? What the hell? She just asked you, were children on the board? If you're not an adult, you a child. He said no children on board. Then she asked how many adults. He said no one on the boat is over 21. So which one are you, dude? Like come on, bruh. This is my first time listening, y'all. Like, I'm like, bruh, they should have kept this shit. Come on, bruh. Let's go back to that shit.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yep, I just need you to answer these questions so I can get you over to the captain.
Okay.
How many
what's
adults
going
on board?
There's 0 adults on board.
There's nobody on board the boat?
No. Nobody
Alright.
here is over the age of 21.
And he drunk.
Sir, that was not the question. Is there a person? Is there a person, a living individual on the boat?
Now look, even though he's drinking, I'm gonna tell you this. If a boat is sinking, you don't have an attitude like you trying to get help. So you know, you might be frustrated, but you're not on no bullshit. That boat wasn't sinking, bruh. Something happened to Nolan, and they was trying to figure out what they gonna do with him. And they was panicking. That's it. The boat wasn't sinking. That's a lie. That's why when Warren did that interview with Officer Raccoon, even if you tried to listen, nothing made sense. Did y'all notice that? When you watch the interview, and you could really sit down, turn off everything in your house, and sit down and watch the interview. Nothing makes sense, bro. Nothing he was saying made sense. Nothing. Even, look, the shit Warren was saying didn't make sense at all. He had Officer Raccoon confused. He had Officer Raccoon, bruh. Officer Raccoon was asking him questions that made him look bad. He was like, so why would you call the Coast Guard? Like, Officer Raccoon. Bruh, I told y'all, bruh. Shout out to Officer Raccoon, bruh. You actually helped us, bruh. You actually helped us because you wanted clout. You so thirsty for money and clout and the acceptance of Caucasian people. You actually hurt them. And I promise y'all, bruh, before the week is over, Caucasian people in Mississippi, they go sue Officer Raccoon. They go turn on him. Before the week is over, before next week is over, they gonna turn on Officer Raccoon, bruh. They gonna sue him because Even though he's a raccoon, he's still black. And they're gonna be like, wait, you tricked us. Watch. Mark my words. Mark my words, bruh. They gonna turn on Officer Raccoon, bruh. And it's gonna be downhill from now. Because at first he was just a YouTuber, going to news outlets and stuff. But now he didn't jump into the deep end. He didn't jump into the deep end because he wanted them views. But before next week is over, bruh, they are gonna turn on him, bruh. Like I said, he's still black. They're gonna be like, damn, you tricked us. And all we gotta do is sit back and watch. I told y'all, our ancestors don't play, bruh. And shout out to Nolan Wells' parents, man. They smart. They didn't accuse nobody. All they did was they did their interviews. And the guilty started speaking. I told y'all, man, they gonna talk every day. They gonna turn on Officer Raccoon by next week. By next Friday, you gonna see Officer Raccoon erasing all them videos. Watch. Watch. Before next Friday, he gonna erase all them interviews, but it's too late because everybody done reacted to it. I told y'all, bro. You gotta think like that, bro. He gonna erase all those. It's too late though, because when people start getting arrested, he gonna have to show up to court. And during the whole interview, he was taking the side of Warren, so he already chose his side. How you gonna do an interview, but you chose your side already? You're not biased. That's not an interview, dog. You gaslighting black people, and you using, even though they did what they did, they still kids. You use those kids to get money. Damn. You use their parents when they desperate. Officer Raccoon, boy, you ain't shit. Officer Raccoon, bruh, he used them parents at their most desperate time, bruh. Damn. Now that's an ain't shit nigga, right? Officer Raccoon, bruh, you ain't Caucasian, bruh. You an ain't shit nigga, bruh. You a low down nigga, bruh. You a low down nigga. I gotta speak from the heart on this live, bro. You was a low. No. We gotta bring it back to the 70s, bro. You was a jive turkey. Officer Raccoon is a jive turkey, bro. Damn. That's what a jive turkey mean, bro. Not only don't you like your own people, but you went over there to Ocean Springs when them people is desperate because they kids that committed a crime, and you use they kids to get views. Boy, you is a jive turkey. Damn. What old boy said in that video? Damn, go home, get the gun. That's a jive turkey, bro. My bad. Let's get back to it, bro. My bad, y'all.
Hello?
Is there a living person, someone breathing on the boat? Is there anybody on the boat?
You might be right.
There's lots of people breathing on the bed.
All right, how many people, sir?
Like 7.
All right, thank you. Does everyone have life jackets on or available to them?
Yes, we have life jackets available.
All right, verify what boat's sinking.
A Triton, 22-foot offshore, 22-foot Triton offshore sea flight hull.
All right. All right. Please hold. I'm transferring you to the local captain now.
Okay, thank you.
This is Captain Beth.
Hi, Captain Seth. This is Vicky from International. How you doing today?
Doing good. How are you?
Thank you. Somebody said it. He wanted to say 6 on board, 1 dead. But he's young. He's been drinking, probably doing cocaine, all type of shit. So he can't even think right, bruh. He can't even think right. They panicking, bruh. The whole time Nolan was on that boat, dog.
Good, good. I apologize ahead of time. I really do. You're gonna have a fee for service come up under.
Okay.
It sounds like a bunch of kids on board on Horn Island. Um, he's letting me know that his father's a member, but he can't give me any information. And he's saying the boat is sinking. And he's on Horn Island. It's just.
You know what? I got it. The dispatcher is being fake. That I don't know if I'm tripping or not, but it seemed like the dispatcher. I don't know. We're gonna let it play. I ain't gonna go that deep. Not yet.
The kid is a lot going on. So
Right.
he said there's about a lot of people.
Hold on, somebody. Let's see. Appreciate you, TRN. Officer did an interview with Prime Minister. He like I say, anytime they connect themselves with them people, I'm gonna call them Izzy, whatever, y'all put that together. Sooner or later, them people go drop them, just like they did Floyd Mayweather. So he got his coming, bro. By next week, them people in Ocean Springs is gonna turn on Officer Raccoon. They gonna say, "You used us." And like I say, he's black, so whatever he say, they not gonna believe it anyway because he's still black at the end of the day. So next week, he's gonna start deleting videos, bro. I promise you. Watch. Appreciate you, TRN. Appreciate that.
On board, he says he thinks about 7. I'm guessing they're all under 18. And I'm not trying to be rude. He wants you guys to go out there and unpump the boat and then tow it in.
Do you know what kind of boat it is?
He said I have a Triton 24 footer, but that's all he can give me.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just actually got off the phone with his grandpa, who I'm guessing is the owner of the boat, and he said,
Okay.
I just hung up with him. He said that they don't need any help right now, but if something changes, he'll call me back. So,
Was this audio made to take somebody out of the whole ordeal? Like, was this, because you got to understand something. Anything Caucasian people give us, bro, you have to really think, why did they give us this information? They don't just give you information. They waited. It's almost a month. Was this audio made? Did they add the truth, but also did they add lies to it to exclude it, like anybody else who was involved? That's what I'm trying to see. Y'all put an 8 in the chat if y'all can still hear me. Put an 8 in the chat if y'all can still hear me. The Grandpa's clan, put an 8 in the chat. Y'all can still hear me. The dispatcher is more confused like us. Okay, I got you. Yeah. That's why I'm asking. Like I ain't saying. That's why I'm asking. Okay. But you gotta wonder why. Okay, we good. You gotta wonder why they waited almost a month to give us this audio when they could have just gave it to us. And then when they give it to us, they isolate the background sound out on purpose, because you can tell it was edited. It's not like a regular call. It was edited, bruh. Because certain parts they muted. But you got YouTubers that can enhance the sound. So if YouTubers and TikTokers can do it, why can't the news media? You know why? Because they all on the same team. And I want y'all to do it for yourself. Go to this page, WLOX News, and pull up this video. The first 6-7 seconds is the news playing, you know, a copyright sound at the first seconds when they was talking. The news media doing that, bruh. And this, I just found out, this in Mississippi. It's in Biloxi. It all makes sense. It all makes sense why they waited almost a month to give us this. But they said they don't have anything to give us. They just said that. Come on, bruh. Telling us not to speculate. What they talking about?
I'm guessing that they may have figured it out, because that's what he said. So they're in a panic, and their boat won't crank.
Yeah,
And
they're in a panic. He's saying the
So-
bilge is not keeping up. I asked for Coast Guard. He said no, but he's just really upset on the back end. And, you know, I get it. It's a
Okay.
kid. He just doesn't understand.
oh, okay, do you still have him on the line?
Yes, I still have him on the line. And again, I couldn't find, he couldn't give me anything regarding his grandfather's, you know, membership, so it's just under fee for service.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just talked to. If you wanna, I mean, I'm not. We're so tied up right now. We can't really do any non-member jobs right now.
Is he a member? Did you find out if he was a member or not?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's his boat or what. I'm not sure what's going on with it. But yeah, transfer the kid over. I'll talk to him, and then.
Nah, it's been 7 minutes. You telling me if your boat sinking, all this shit going on? Your boat is sinking. It's been 7 minutes and 33 seconds. Your boat is sinking. And they just having conversations. It's kids on a boat that's sinking. You can get the membership shit later. You can get the information later. It's been 7 minutes and 33 seconds. The boat is sinking. And she put him on hold. Come on, bro. I'm using my common sense. The boat is sinking, and, and she put you on hold while you about to die. Come on, bro. You can't thank you. You can't make this up. If my boat is sinking, the last thing I want you to do is put me on hold, motherfucker. Oh, bro, what the hell is going on, dog? I'm dying, but you put me on hold. Let's go back to when she put him on hold. Hold on. You can't make this shit up, bro.
Is there a person? Is there a person, a living individual on the boat?
That's why I asked. It's the first half. I know the first half is real because we heard the background noise. But the second half got me tripping. The boat is sinking, lady. I'll be on the phone. Crazy lady. The boat is sinking. Don't put me on hold. She asked the kid, do they want the Coast Guard? And he said no, but your boat's sinking. Exactly. Come on. I love everybody in the chat using their common sense. I love this, bro. Come on.
Hello? Is there a living person, someone breathing on the boat? Is there anybody on the boat?
There's lots of people breathing on the boat.
All right, how many people?
He guilty. He said there's a lot of people breathing on the boat. Nigga, just answer the question. How many people?
Sir.
Like 7.
Living person, someone breathing on the boat. Is there anybody on the boat?
There's lots of people breathing on the boat.
All right, how many people, sir?
Like 7.
He said, she asked him all these questions, bruh. First, she asked him, how many children and adults on the boat. He said no children on the boat. Then she asked how many adults on the boat. He said everybody on the boat is not older than 21. Then she asked how many people are on the boat that's breathing. He said it's a lot of people that's breathing on the boat. Then she asked how many people. He said like 7. Then somebody said 6. Come on, bro. You ain't this drunk, bro. You ain't this drunk, this high. Trust me. Trust me, bro. Come on, bro. You know you done fucked up, right? Bro, shout out to Officer Raccoon, bro, for doing the groundwork. I was just talking about last week. We need a YouTuber or somebody that does the groundwork. And Officer Raccoon must have heard me. He went to Ocean Springs and made these kids panic. He made these kids panic. Shout out to Officer Raccoon. God damn it, bro. God damn it. Hold on, we gotta listen to this shit again. This shit is hilarious.
That was not the question. Is there a person? Is there a person, a living individual on the boat?
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I gotta show this shit. Hold on. I gotta show this. So we won't get no copyright and all that stuff. Hold on. This shit is crazy, bro. One second. Y'all stay on hold. Stay on hold right quick. How you gonna put somebody on hold and we on Titanic? Think about this shit. Okay. We gotta show this. Fair use content. Let's go.
Hello?
Is there a living person, someone breathing on the boat? Is there anybody on the boat?
There's lots of people breathing on the boat.
All right, how many people, sir?
Like 7.
All right, thank you. Does everyone have life jackets on?
And see, when he said 7, somebody said 4, 5, 6. But they isolated the sound out so bad you can't even hear it. That's why we went to that. We're gonna go back to TikTok too. But I told y'all, bro, the media, especially in Mississippi, they're gonna take up for those kids. They're not gonna let you hear the background sound. So of course they're gonna release the audio. But people not thinking about the background sound until somebody else says it. He said like 7. Come on, bro. It's a lot of people breathing on the boat. What? Just answer the question. They guilty. By them being so guilty, they doing stupid shit. They doing an interview with a YouTuber, dog. With an open investigation. They doing an interview with a YouTuber. That's the stupidest stuff I ever seen in my life.
Are available to that?
Yes, we have life jackets available.
All right. Verify what boat's sinking.
A Triton, 22-foot offshore, 22-foot Triton offshore sea flight hull.
All right. Please hold. I'm transferring you to the local captain now.
Okay, thank you.
This is Captain Fact.
Facts. Shout out to the captain and grandpa. They messed all that shit up. You heard she just told him? Hold on.
Hold.
All right. Please hold. I'm transferring you to the local captain now.
Please hold. I'm transferring you now. And the captain get on and say they don't need a tow. And grandpa said they don't need a tow. So what that Officer Tatum think he's white. This shit is hilarious. He's about to what? Bruh, by next week they about to be on his, bruh. When they sit down and think about what they just did with that interview with Warren, they about to turn on Officer Tatum, aka Officer Raccoon. They about to turn on him, bruh. I promise y'all they gonna turn on him. Watch.
Yeah, thank you.
This is Captain Seth.
Hi, Captain Steph. This is Vicky from International.
Somebody asked how did Grandpa get the captain's number? Yeah, in Mississippi, in those parts, everybody know each other. Everybody school with each other. Everybody went to school with each other mama. They all know each other. So that's why nobody is like coming forward with like the real truth because everybody know each other. You know? They all know each other. If they don't know each other, they still got the same complexion. So Caucasian people gonna always look out for their people. Especially in Mississippi, these racist ass people. They gonna always look out for they poor ass people all the time. You know? Ashley set the interview. Oh yeah. Oh, we already know about her. I told y'all, in these sundown towns, just because she's a judge, that don't mean she's smart. She's not smart, bro. Like, look at her. You can tell why they made her a judge. You can tell. If you know, you know. That's all I'm gonna say.
You know how you doing today?
Doing good. How are you?
Good. I apologize ahead of time. I really do. You're gonna have a fee for service come up under.
Okay.
It sounds like a bunch of kids on board on Horn Island. He's letting me know that his father's a member, but he can't give me any information. And he's saying the boat is sinking. And he's on Horn Island. It's just unfortunate. He's just a kid. There's a lot going on. So
Right.
he said there's about a lot of people on board. He says he thinks about 7. I'm guessing they're all under 18.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to be rude. He wants you guys to go out there and unpump the boat and then tow it in.
Do you know what kind of boat it is?
He said a Triton 24 footer, but that's all he can give me.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just actually got off the phone with his grandpa.
You doing today?
Doing good. How are you?
Hold on.
Good. I apologize ahead of time. I really do. You're gonna have.
She said, I apologize. What you apologizing for, woman? And if these kids' boat are sinking, I don't know. What the hell?
Fee for service come up under.
Okay.
It sounds like a bunch of kids on board on Horn Island. He's letting me know that his father's a member, but he can't give me any information. And he's saying the boat is sinking. And he's on Horn Island. It's just unfortunate. He's just a kid. There's a lot going on. So
Right.
he said there's about a lot of people on board. He says he thinks about 7. I'm guessing they're all under 18.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to be rude. He wants you guys to go out there and unpump the boat and then tow it in.
Do you know what kind of boat it is?
He said a Triton 24 footer, but that's all he can give me.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just actually got off the phone with his grandpa, who I'm guessing is the owner of the boat, and he said,
Okay.
I looked.
So hold on. How did the captain, if and I know the dispatcher, like, she probably concerned. That's why she acting like that. Like, she probably concerned, but she don't want to be rude. Okay, I understand that. But if the kid never gave her the information of the boat, and he don't know what he just asked her what kind of boat it is, and did they call grandpa first, or because he just got the phone with the grandpa, but the dispatcher just calling him. Unless they called their grandpa first and the grandpa called the captain. Okay.
Literally, I mean, I just hung up with him. He said that they don't need any help right now, but if something changes, they'll call me back. So
Oh.
I'm guessing that they may have figured it out, because that's what he said. Because they're in a panic and their boat won't crank.
Yeah,
And,
they're in a panic. He's saying the
So-
bilge is not keeping up. I asked for Coast Guard. He said no, but he's just really upset on the back end. And, I get it. It's a
Okay.
kid. He just doesn't understand.
oh, okay. Do you still have him on the line?
Yes, I still have him on the line. And again, I couldn't find, he couldn't give me anything regarding his grandfather's, membership, so it's just under fee for service.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just talked to. If you wanna, I'm not. We're so tied up right now. We can't really do any non-member jobs right now.
Member? Did you find out if he was a member or not?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's his boat or what. I'm not sure what's going on.
I figured that right there. But this the part. I figured they called the captain, and he's making sure. Okay, but see, when you dealing with Caucasian people in Mississippi, it's the stuff that you don't. It's the stuff that you barely hear, and they don't want you to hear. So this is the background isolation that they don't want you to hear.
Listen to the 911 call again. On the 111 mark, you can hear.
Like I say, man, shout out to the Caucasian people that's using their Caucasian privilege to take the racist Caucasian people down. I'm gonna say that again. Shout out to the Caucasian people that's using their Caucasian privilege to take down racist Caucasian people. Damn, put it on a shirt. Put it on a shirt. Put it in work. Nah, like I say,
Okay, so Quan is.
they gonna show you facts. But it's the things that surround the facts. Hold on. Appreciate you again, TRN. Okay, we need to look up the boat coordinates on that day. There may be several boats, same type of kind. Oh yeah, they came on 3 different boats. Like, it was a group of like 20 to 30, and they came on 3 different boats. So we don't know what coordinates, what boat GPS they gave us. They just gave us a GPS of a boat. Appreciate you, TRN. I appreciate you for that. But this is what they didn't want you to hear.
Quan is saying, listen to the 911 call again. On the 111 mark, you can hear in the background someone saying, no.
Exactly. I told y'all, in the South, especially, like, the South is the South. Mississippi is KKK territory, bro. Down there, them Caucasian kids at 7, they driving boats, bro. And probably drinking a beer at 7 years old, bro. That's just how it is, dog. Them kids probably been driving boats since they was 7 while drinking a Bud Light, dog. I'm telling you. But the news media, they got all this technology, but it takes TikTokers and YouTubers to enhance the audio, to make you hear why they was panicking. They wasn't panicking because the boat was sinking. They lied to their grandpa. They was panicking because they were trying to figure out what to do with the boat because something happened to Nolan. That's why they was panicking. You know how your uncle lets you use his truck or something, and something happened, and you not thinking, and he say, hey, bruh, just pull this down, and you good. It's a stick shift or something like that. It's an old stick shift, and you got to push the emergency brakes in. Push the brakes in. You good. That's what happened with them, bruh. But they panicking because something happened with Nolan, dog. That's why they panicking. The boat wasn't sinking. That's why they called their grandpa, and grandpa was like, man, ain't nothing going wrong. Them kids just drinking and they forgot to pull something down. I'm telling you, my uncle, when I first learned how to drive a stick, bro, My uncle had like I think it was like a 1994 or something like that, old truck. You gotta push the emergency brakes in, especially when you on a hill. You gotta pull them out when you park, and you gotta push them in when you ready to drive. And it was one time I wasn't thinking, and he said, "Bruh, push in the brakes." That's what it was, bruh. The boat was never sinking. They told, they told on themselves, bruh. That call, they told on themselves. That's why he couldn't give her the number of people on the boat, because they told on themselves, bruh. That's why. Thank you. The boat was never sinking. They was panicking. Come on, bruh. Let's listen. Now, this is what the news ain't gonna show you. They gonna show you everything else, but they not gonna enhance their audio for you. Let's go.
Wake up, Wyatt, check his chest. So I ran this through one call again. On the 111 mark, you can hear in the background someone saying, no, wake up, Wyatt, check his chest. So I ran this through my editing program. And listen, I am not a pro at audio by all means, but I did try to enhance the background so we can hear more of what was said. I'm going to feature just the parts where you can hear people talking in the background. I want to be very clear. This is my interpretation of the enhanced audio in the background. It is not a confirmed transcript, so please take this with a grain of salt.
All right, of course. How far is the word coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Hello? Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need that.
All right. All right, do you have your current GPS coordinates?
Somebody said check his chest.
My interpretation of the enhanced audio in the background. It is not a confirmed transcript, so please take this with a grain of salt.
All right, of course. How far is the word coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Hello? Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need that.
All right. All right, do you have your current GPS coordinates?
He said, Wyatt, check his chest. So that explains why they had his cell phone and they was deleting messages. That explains why they didn't want to give his dad the car keys. This explains everything, bruh. They trying to cover what they tried to cover up his murder. That's why they had his cell phone. Nolan didn't leave his cell phone on that boat. They took his cell phone out of his pocket after they did whatever they did to him, and they kept him. And if it wasn't a party, something happened. They got their cell phone out of his pocket, and they was erasing stuff to make it seem. That's why right after, everybody deleted the social media accounts, even the mother, because she was on the island too. Kate, the other mother, she was on the island too. She said, I only went for 10 minutes to talk to my son. What? So you telling me on the 4th of July, you took a boat from land to go 20 to 40 minutes for 10 minutes? Come on, bro. We ain't dumb. By them deleting their social media accounts, bro, and going private, that tells you everything, bro. Because if you ain't guilty, you not doing, bro, if you're not guilty, I'm showing up to the funeral. If I'm not guilty, I'm going, none of them went to the funeral. They guilty. If I'm not guilty, ain't nobody telling me not to come to my friend's funeral, bro. Nobody. Exactly. That's what I'm thinking too. That's what I'm thinking too.
Try that.
All right.
I know we have a membership, like, guaranteed.
All right, unless you have a membership number. Wait, how many adults, sir? That was the question.
Hey, four.
He say
How
4 of
many
us?
people, sir?
Like 7.
All right. All right.
I know we have a membership like guaranteed. Or
All right. Unless you have a membership number, Ward, how many adults, sir? That was the question.
Wait, Lord.
Somebody said 6.
All right. How many people, sir?
Like 7.
All right. Thank you. Does everyone have life jackets on or available to them?
Yes, we have life jackets available.
Did you notice that he said 7 people were on the boat, and then they counted and it was just 6? Now, another thing I noticed in the full audio, when the dispatcher called the captain of the Coast Guard, the captain said, I just talked to his grandpa, and he said he doesn't need a tow.
It sounds like a bunch of kids on board on Horn Island, and he's saying the boat is sinking.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just actually got off the phone with his grandpa, who I'm guessing is the owner of the boat. And
Is it
he said
Jerry?
that Gary, yeah. He said,
Okay.
I just hung up with him. He said they don't need any help right now, but if something changes, they'll call me back. So I'm guessing that they may have figured it out, because that's what he said. So they're in a panic, and their boat won't crank.
Yeah, they're in a panic.
My question is, why is the grandfather saying, no, they're fine, they don't need a tow? And it gets even more confusing, because on the Officer Tatum show, Warren was one of the kids on the boat. He was saying that the last time he saw Nolan was 3 o'clock. But then he talks about how when they were leaving at 4:30 and the boat was having issues, they said, Nolan, get the F on here. And he's like, no, I'm going to stay back. So he would have saw him at 4:30 instead of 3 o'clock. Right?
The last time I was cradling a girl, Katie, but when we were leaving, Nolan.
Notice in that interview, this how you know he on bullshit. Notice how in that interview, he was calling his friends my buddies, my other buddy. But he had no problem saying Katie's name. Katie. He had no problem. I know what it is, bro. Katie was probably that, like, Katie is probably that girl in school, like the pretty girl or something. I've never seen a picture of her yet. So she probably that pretty girl in the school, and they all wanted her, but she liked it Nolan. And that's what it was, jealousy, bro. That's why they throwing Katie under the bus. But Katie's family said she didn't stay on the island with Nolan. He said his buddy, when he was about to say their names, like his friends, he always said my buddy, my other buddy. But when he was Katie, he said Katie. I know what it was. Katie liked Nolan. And they did something to Nolan out of jealousy because of a girl. It's the same thing with Carmelo, bro. Carmelo had a girlfriend. Posted online. Them dudes knew Carmelo. He was the captain of the football team. Had a girl. Them Caucasian dudes, they probably ain't had no girl. They probably they on steroids, all type of shit to act tough. Carmelo, he ain't have to do that. He's just chilling. They was hating the whole time, bro. That's why they walked over to Carmelo and started to try to bully him, but he ain't having that. Come on, bro. A lot of times, it's always about a girl. He didn't drop nobody's name but Katie. Their whole interview, Katie. He threw Katie under the bus because Katie didn't like his big-eared ass. That's what it was. Go look at a picture of Warren. I ain't talking about nobody. Look at them ears, bro. You don't trust nobody with them ears. Warren, the star of the football team. Tall dude. Everybody like him. He cool. Black dude. Jealousy, bro. That's it. It's all jealousy. Look at him. He looked like somebody that's jealous. He looking like, I can't say Pee Wee Herman. He don't look like Pee Wee Herman. It's another dude. I forgot his name. He had some ears. His name was Ernest or something. Fuck, I forgot his name. Let's listen. Hold on. Look. He don't say nobody else's name, but he say Katie hard. He don't like Katie because Katie don't like him. Boy. You can't make this shit up.
The F on here. And he's like, no, I'm going to stay back. So he would have saw him
Exactly.
at 4:30 instead of 3 o'clock, right?
The last time I saw Nolan was 3 o'clock. And Nolan
Yeah.
was cradling.
That's who he looked like. Ernest, the dude who played the elf. Shout out to him though, man. That was a good actor. It was, I forgot what movie it was.
Him at 4:30 instead of 3 o'clock, right?
The last time I saw Nolan was 3 o'clock. And Nolan was cradling a girl in his arms.
That's what it
Katie.
is.
But when we were leaving, Nolan was sitting by the boat with that Katie girl, and
With that Katie girl. So I want y'all to go back and watch them interviews. When he talked about his friends, he called him his buddy. But 2 names he didn't mind saying was Katie and Nolan. But I told y'all, bruh, they was gonna start throwing each other under the bus. Next week, we about to get an interview from Katie. Watch. Next week, we gonna get an interview from Katie because everybody throwing her under the bus. And her family see this shit. We about to get an interview from Katie, or she about to go to the cops. Because her family already said Katie didn't stay on the island with Nolan. They already said that. Come on, man. Listen, that Katie girl, nigga, you know who Katie is. Stop playing. You just mad because you couldn't smash, nigga.
Him at 4:30 instead of 3 o'clock, right?
the last time I saw Nolan was 3 o'clock. And Nolan was cradling a girl in his arms, Katie. But when we were leaving, Nolan was
That's how you know he lying. He was cradling a girl on his lap. Katie. That Katie girl. Nigga, what? He just mad because he couldn't hit, bro. It's 4th of July. They young, they turned. And Katie was on Nolan. So they threw Katie under the bus. I'm telling you, bro, it's always a girl. It's always about a girl, bro. That's how shit start, man. Especially with young dudes, young people. It's always a girl. Always. This is the part that everybody was looking over, bro. Katie is the glue to all this shit, bro. And I promise you, she about to talk so she can speak up for herself. Next week, Katie is about to talk. Watch. Katie come out and play. Exactly. Come on, Katie. Shit. They throwing you under the bus.
And he's like, no, I'm going to stay back.
Hold on, y'all. Put this phone on the charger. Hold on. Oh, shit, bro. You can't make this shit up, dog. Oh, Ernest Ward. Yeah, Vern. Yeah. Shout out to Vern, man. He was a real one. I ain't gonna lie. I can't say nothing bad about him. But that's who Warren looked like, though. Shout out to Vern, bro. He was a real one. Keep it real, rolling, little bro. Love your content. Appreciate you, Nina. Appreciate you for that 20. Thank y'all, man, for the super chats. I really appreciate my people, man. I wasn't even going live today, bro, but somebody told me, bro, you should go live. And I said, you know what? You right. I should go live and break this down. Wondering Katie was the only female on the boat. Exactly. There is no women all that be dying over. I'm telling you, man, it all, just like with Carmelo Anthony, man, it was a girl. He kept saying, Hunter Metcalf kept saying, I don't know that kid. You know why he kept saying that? Because he knew him. They saw him and his girlfriend. That's why they tried to bully him, because they was jealous of Carmelo. How this little scrawny dude got this girl. How he's the captain of the football team. And see, Carmelo was Actually, skinny and all, he was still better, bro. Just because you swole, that don't mean nothing, bro. That don't mean anything. But they can't get past that. Put an 8 in the chat if y'all can still hear me. Put an 8 in the chat if y'all can still hear me. Exactly. He's cradling the girl. Come on, bro. Especially in Mississippi, bro. Them white boys in Mississippi, they talk like they black, bro. It ain't no he was cradling the girl. No. How you talking about your how you talking about your friend, but you don't have no emotions? You can see the envy, bro, in this interview. It's envy. It's like he's proud he's dead. Now he can't go to college. Now it's like look how he's sitting. Look how he's sitting. It's an arrogance. It's an arrogance, bro. He's proud Nolan is dead. Now Nolan can't go to college. Now Nolan can't get the girls. Bruh. Come on, man. It's envy. That's a sign of envy right there. And, like I say, I'm a photographer, bro. I can read body language. If Nolan was his brother, his best friend, he'll be crying. He'll be mad. He'll be upset. Look how he's sitting. That's a sign of envy. Like, yes, he's dead and gone. Come on, bro. That's hatred. Come on. That's what that is.
So he would have saw him at 4:30 instead of 3 o'clock, right?
The last time I saw Nolan was 3 o'clock. And Nolan...
The last time I saw Nolan... here we go. Here we go. Come on. You tell me the last time you saw Nolan was at 3 o'clock. You looked at your phone and you said, oh, I see Nolan. It's 3 o'clock. Let me mark that. Let me mark that. I see Nolan. It's 3 o'clock. Let me put that in my notes. Really? Really? Come on, bro.
Guessing that they may have figured it out, because they're in a panic and the boat won't crank.
Yeah, panic.
My question is, why is the grandfather saying, no, they're fine. They don't need a tow? And it gets even more confusing because on the Officer Tatum show, Warren was one of the kids on the boat. He was saying that the last time he saw Nolan was 3 o'clock. But then he talks about how 4:30 and the boat was having issues. He's like, no, I'm going to stay back. So he would have saw him.
That's a great point. If the last time you saw him at 3 o'clock and y'all left at 4:30, that's why I told y'all, bro. When that GPS came out, the news post that GPS coordinates, don't believe that shit. Because the news is going to do whatever they have to do to protect Caucasian people. Say they left at 4:30. We supposed to take their word for it? You telling me the last time you saw Nolan was at 3 o'clock. So you look at your phone and say, oh, it's 3 o'clock. I saw Nolan. I'm going to remember that. But you left the island at 4:30 and y'all yelled, Nolan, get back on the boat. Come on. That don't make sense, dog. You just messed up, bro. You just messed up. Come on, bro. And somebody say one big ritual. I believe that. And if you go look at my other lives, I showed y'all a video from 2020 on Horn Island. They do rituals on that island. They do rituals on Horn Island at nighttime. I put in I put in all my lives. It's a video from 2020, bro. And the reason why I think it was a ritual, you know why? Because all them people on that island, and nobody said anything, bro. Nobody said anything, bro. He said it was thousands of people, over 3,000 people on that island, and nobody said, not one person? Not one person said anything. But you know what I like? Nolan Wales' parents. They just kept doing interviews. They didn't blame nobody. They said, you know what? I don't believe it's racist. You know, but they playing chess. They playing chess. They did so many interviews and was on Don Lemon, all that. You know why? Because those kids, everybody in Ocean Island is watching that, bro. So they have to come on, you know, they have to start talking up for themselves. Eventually. So next week, we gonna see Katie come out. We gonna see the parents come out. We gonna see everybody turn on Officer Tatum, aka Officer Raccoon. Everybody go turn on him, bro. Everybody in Ocean Springs gonna turn on him. I promise you.
Because on the Officer Tatum show, Warren was one of the kids on the boat. He was saying that the last time he saw Nolan was 3 o'clock. But then he talks about how when they were leaving at 4:30 and the boat was having issues, they said, Nolan, get the F on here. And he's like, no, I'm going to stay back. So he would have saw him at 4:30 instead of 3 o'clock, right?
The last time I saw Nolan was 3 o'clock. And Nolan was cradling a girl in his arms, Katie. But when we were leaving, Nolan was sitting by the boat with that Katie girl, and my buddy yelled yelled for Nolan, Nolan, get on the boat.
Nah, bro. Shout out to Officer Raccoon. Shout out to Officer Raccoon, bro. You see how the ancestors can use your ops. Officer Raccoon is our number one op. He's the number one raccoon on YouTube. And he just cracked this crowd. he just got a confession, bro. Damn. I told y'all, man. By them talking, they gonna start talking. By them talking, they gonna expose themselves. He just said they left at 4:30. But you saw him, last time you saw him was 3 o'clock. That don't make sense, dude. You're lying. You're lying. Shout out to Officer Raccoon for doing the dirty work, bro. He went to Mississippi in the field. And this how I know a nigga is a jive turkey. Look, this how you know a jive turkey.
That Katie girl, and saw Nolan.
Look, hold on.
Five.
And
Nolan,
hold on.
saw Nolan.
Hold on, go back a little bit.
The last time.
This a jive turkey right here, bro. Look how he's. This is a jive turkey, bro. When a jive turkey is in your presence, listen to you talk, he like, yeah, I got this motherfucker. This is a jive turkey, bro. Shout out to the 60s and the 70s, bro. This is the definition of a jive turkey, dog. This dude, Officer Raccoon, got them boys to talk, bro. But he hates people so much. That's how much of a racist you can be, bro. Prejudice, whatever you want to call it. You can hate black people so much that you make yourself look stupid. He made himself look stupid by interviewing these kids because the more how you interviewing kids about something this serious, bro? Of course they go tell themselves. We gotta let this shit play again for the new people. Hold on, bro.
The full audio. When the dispatcher called, on is saying, listen to the 911 call again. On the 111 mark, you can hear in the background someone saying, no, wake up, Wyatt, check his chest.
Wow.
So I ran this through my editing program. And listen, I'm not a pro at audio by all means, but I did try to enhance the background so we can hear more of what was said. I'm going to feature just the parts where you can hear people talking in the background. I want to be very clear. This is my interpretation of the enhanced.
Hey, we gotta show this. We gotta show this for the YouTube platform. Fair use, fair use. Let's get back.
At audio by all means. But I did try to enhance the background so we can hear more of what was said. I'm going to feature just the parts where you can hear people talking in the background. I want to be very clear. This is my interpretation of the enhanced audio in the background. It is not a confirmed transcript, so please take this with a grain of salt.
Oh, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Hello? Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need.
He said, Nolan, get the F up. And this somebody said, did you check his chest?
All right. Do you have your current GPS coordinates?
Let me go try that.
All right.
I know we have a membership, like guaranteed.
And see, this is why they hate social media and content creators. They talk about we speculating content creators messing up the case. No, we not. No, we not. They just mad now because you don't have to hire people anymore to do detective work. They can do it from the comforts of their home now. They can enhance audio now themselves. They don't have to be hired by a crooked police department no more, bruh. They don't have to. That's why they mad, bruh. They can't hide racism in 2026. That's why they mad. Back in the day, they can burn books. They can burn evidence. They can bully people to make them shut up. In 2026, you got thousands of content creators now connecting the dots, even their own people. You got Caucasian people using Caucasian privilege. Bruh, I just saw the woman, what her name is. Her name is Rachel something. Hold on. I don't watch this stuff because, you know, her name is Miss Rachel or something like that. She got like some cartoon. Look what she just posted. This when you know this shit real. This when you know this shit real. Miss Rachel shares her opinion on Nolan Wells' case. Hold on, she said, we know, oh shit. She said, we know the investigation and everything that followed would have been different if Nolan Wells were white, parents were black. Nolan and his family deserve justice. I told y'all. If Caucasian people can see what the hell is going on, come on, bro. I don't know who Miss Rachel is, but I saw some of her stuff on TikTok or whatever. Like, you know, look like all the kids watch her. So shout out to Miss Rachel, man. I love when Caucasian people use their Caucasian privilege, bro. I love that shit, man. I love it. I love it. Let's get back to it.
Listen to the 911 call again. On the 111 mark, you can hear in the background someone saying, no, wake up, Wyatt, check his chest. So I ran this through my editing program. And listen, I am not a pro at audio by all means, but I did try to enhance the background so we can hear more of what was said. I'm going to feature just the parts where you can hear people talking in the background. I want to be very clear. This is my interpretation of the enhanced audio in the background. It is not a confirmed transcript, so please take this with a grain of salt.
Oh, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description?
The parts where you can hear people talking in the background. I want to be very clear. This is my interpretation of the enhanced audio in the background. It is not a confirmed transcript, so please take this with a grain of salt.
Oh, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Hello? Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need that.
All right. Do you have your...
Somebody said, check his chest. So that's why the whole time the mother was like, his cell phone was pinging from different locations because they took his phone They took his phone, but he made sure he kept saying, we all left our phones on the boat. I promise you, if this was possible, if teens can die and put their phone in a coffin, they would do that, bro. I don't care if they're in the middle of an ocean. Teenagers want their cell phones. Their cell phones is glued to their hands. They not in the ocean without their cell phone, bro. I don't care. They're gonna hold it above water the whole time. They not leaving their phones anywhere, bro. If I'm lying, tell me I'm lying. Gen Z not leaving their phone. They was born with a phone in their hand. Come on, bro. Talk about he left his phone on the boat. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Y'all wasn't on that island. Y'all wasn't in the water the whole time. Sometimes y'all was on land and y'all was in the water. So he had his phone on him the whole time, bro. They took his phone. He didn't leave his phone. Come on, bro.
Current GPS coordinates?
Let me go try that.
All right.
I know we have a membership, like guaranteed.
All right, unless you have a membership number, Ward, how many adults, sir? That was the question.
Hey, Lord, drop it off.
All right, how many people, sir?
Like 7.
All right, thank you. Does everyone have life jackets on or available to them?
Yes, we have life jackets available.
Did you notice that he said 7 people were on the boat and then they counted and it was just 6? Now, another thing I noticed in the full audio, when the dispatcher called the captain of the Coast Guard, the captain said, I just talked to his grandpa and he said he doesn't need a tow.
It sounds like a bunch of kids on board on Horn Island, and he's saying the boat is sinking.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just actually got off the phone with his grandpa, who I'm guessing is the owner of the boat. And
Is it
he said
Jerry?
that Jerry, yeah. He said,
Okay.
I just hung up with him. He said that they don't need any help right now, but if something changes, they'll call me back. So I'm guessing that they may have figured it out, because if they're in a panic and their boat won't crank.
Yeah, they're in a panic.
My question is, why is the grandfather saying, no, they're fine, they don't need a tow? And it gets even more confusing because on the Officer Tatum show, Warren was one of the kids on the boat. He was saying that the last time he saw Nolan was 3 o'clock. But then he talks about how when they were leaving at 4:30 and the boat was having issues, they said, Nolan, get the F on here.
And that's where they lied, bro. That was their cover-up. Their cover-up was to say, okay, we gotta say we told Nolan to get back on the boat so we can cover up whatever we did. They lied, bro. They did something to Nolan and then lied and said we told Nolan to get on the boat. Damn, how evil can you be? How evil can you be? But that guilt is eating them alive. They doing interviews with YouTubers. That guilt is eating them alive, bro. Because these kids on social media all day, they saying negative stuff about themselves, bro. They go crack. They go crack. Because social media is their life. Like, that's them. Damn, your boy lied.
And he's like, no, I'm going to stay back. So he would have saw him at 4:30 instead of 3 o'clock, right?
The last time I saw Nolan was 3 o'clock. And Nolan was cradling a girl in his arms, Katie. But when we were leaving, Nolan was sitting by the boat with that Katie girl, and my buddy yelled at me.
You see? He called Nolan and Katie name so many times in the interview. But when he talk about his friends, he say, my buddy. And really, bro, like I say, the older you get, people don't even have to talk to you, bro, to say how they feel. You can just look at their body language, bro. The older you get, you can read body language. He's sitting with his leg, you know, like in a comfortable position. He's really not comfortable. He's comfortable at the fact that Nolan is dead. He's happy at that because he was envious. Little short dude, big ears, looks like he's 45, not 18. He already looked old as hell. Nolan come through, tall dude, got all the girls, football star, going to camp Monday. Katie probably digging him. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. I can see this from a mile away, bro. I can see this from a mile away, bro. He called Katie and Nolan name, but when it comes to his friends, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy. Come on, man. I hope y'all noticed that. Let's go.
Saw Nolan was 3 o'clock, and Nolan was cradling a girl in his arms, Katie. But when we were leaving, Nolan was sitting by the boat with that Katie girl, and my buddy yelled at him, yelled for Nolan, get on the boat. We're leaving. The boat's having issues, and no, he didn't say that, but he was panicking. Nolan, get the F on the boat. Get on the boat. And Nolan said, no, I'm staying out here. I'm going to ride it with somebody else. And it's not uncommon to hear, but it's not like my buddy asked him one time. My buddy asked Nolan multiple times to get on the boat. Nolan, get on the boat. Get on the boat. We're leaving.
My buddy. Who asked Nolan that, though? Put a name on it. My buddy. My buddy. Put a name on it. You know why? Because that never happened, bro. That never happened. That never happened. Your boy lying.
If you're coming, you got to come now. And Nolan made a decision to stay out on the island.
So what is it? Is the last time you saw him at 3 o'clock with the girl or 4:30?
And what time did they call the tow? Because if the boat was sinking and you tell him you gotta come now, what time did y'all do all this?
When you guys left Nolan and he supposedly said, I'm good, I'm staying here. What is it? This case is literally hurting my brain because nothing makes...
It all makes sense. They did it.
Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're
Hold on.
If you listen closely, you can hear them say Nolan is about to die at 16 seconds.
Detail assistant. Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
That's why they added. Look, 'cause somebody said that's the hold. No. He was already on the phone. He was already on the phone. So that holding call, they didn't have to do that. They added that holding call at the beginning because the first 6 seconds, whatever, you can hear them say this. That's why they added that. Hold on.
Detail assistant. Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're west tip of Horn, and our village pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far?
Okay. Let's see.
Okay, so Quan is saying, listen to the 911 call again. On the 111...
Oh, kind of quick. Hold on. Where's toxicology report? Had that come out yet? Nope. Did the operator hear any of that in the background, or did she have selective hearing too? Nah, they if you go here, WLOX, if you go there, you're gonna see that they isolated they edited the audio. That's why they kept this audio from us so long, because they edited the audio, bro. They tampered with the audio. So you gotta listen real closely to hear what they talking about in the back. Because that's why it took so long to give us this audio, because then they muted certain parts out. You feel me? The boat was never towed. Exactly. Exactly.
11 mark, you can hear in the background someone saying, no, no, wake up, Wyatt, check his chest. So I ran this through my editing program. And listen, I am not a pro at audio by all means, but I did try to enhance the background so we can hear more of what was said. I'm going to feature just the parts where you can hear people talking in the background. I want to be very clear. This is my interpretation of the enhanced audio in the background. It is not a confirmed transcript, so please take this with a grain of salt.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Hello? Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need that.
All right.
Nah. He was hesitant on every question. He was hesitant on every question. How many people on the boat? This, that. But when she asked, do y'all need the Coast Guard? He was quick. If you dying, if the boat is sinking, I need everybody. Bring in Batman. Bring in the Joker. Bring in everybody. If the boat is sinking, I need everybody. Come on, bro. Who they think they talking to, dog? I noticed that. He was hesitant with every question, but when she asked about the Coast Guard, look.
Means. But I did try to enhance the background so we can hear more of what was said. I'm going to feature just the parts where you can hear people talking in the background. I want to be very clear. This is my interpretation of the enhanced audio in the background. It is not a
Call Ghostbusters.
So please take this with a grain of salt.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Hello? Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need that.
Somebody said, Wyatt, check his chest. That's why the dispatcher asks, is everybody on board alive and safe? That's why she asked, because she heard that. But she trying to do two things at once. She trying to hear them in the background, and she trying to help them. So that's why she said, is everybody on board alive and safe? And he said yes. But in the background, somebody said, check his chest. He's dead. He's dying. But listen.
All right. Do you have your current GPS coordinates?
Let me go look. Try that.
All right.
I know we have a membership, like, guaranteed. Ford. I don't
All
have
right.
the tag
Unless
on
you
it.
have a
It got
membership
ripped off.
number. Ford, how many adults, sir? That was the question.
Hey, Ford. Drop it off.
All right. How many people, sir?
Like 7.
All right. Thank you. Does everyone have life jackets on or available to them?
Yes, we have life jackets available.
Did you notice that he said 7 people were on the boat and then they counted and it was just 6? Now, another thing I noticed in the full audio, when the dispatcher featured just the parts where you can hear, I want to be very clear audio in the background. Confirmed transcript, so please.
How far is the water coming up, sir?
It is not a confirmed transcript, so please take this with a grain of salt.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir?
Get the fuck
Can you give me a
up.
description? Hello? Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need that.
She barely got the question out. She was still asking, do you need the Coast Guard? He like, no, we do not need them. I wonder why. I wonder why you don't need the Coast Guard. And he answered that question quick as hell. Every other question, it took him 2 minutes to think about. But he sobered up and answered that question. Come on, man. Warren's mom, instead of police department judge, is getting all the tips. Now, if some evidence showed up like concerning black kids. Exactly, exactly. So that's why we ain't giving no mercy, bro. Because black people don't get no mercy. Black women don't get no mercy when they send their kids, when they lie and send their kids to a good school because they don't want their kids going to the other schools. They find out that you lied, they'll give you 5 years in prison as a black mom. But white mothers, they can get away with that shit. They don't give black men mercy at all. Black men don't get no mercy. Look at the Julio Fulio case. Them four young dudes, no mercy. You had the warden come into the courthouse and said, we need that sweat equity. Don't murder them. Don't give them the death penalty. We need that sweat equity. Black young men don't get no mercy. So when it comes to these young dudes, young Caucasian dudes, hey, every day we own that. Pause. We own it every day, bro. We connecting the dots. We ain't worried about their governor. The commissioner of public safety talking about Al Sharpton and Ben Crump. They creating division, bruh. It's Mississippi, bruh. It's been divided. Y'all murdered the most civil rights activists ever, bruh. What are you talking about? And them the ones we know about. Imagine the black people we don't know about they murder, bruh. Imagine that part. Imagine that part. Come on, man.
The parts where you can hear people talking in the background. I want to be very clear. This is my interpretation of the enhanced audio in the background. It is not a confirmed transcript, so please take this with a grain of salt.
Albert, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Hello? Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need that.
All right. All right. Do you have your current GPS coordinates?
Let me go look. Try that.
Let me go look.
All right.
I know we have a membership like guaranteed.
All right. Unless you have a membership number, what? How many adults, sir? That was the question.
Hey, four.
He said 4 of us.
All right. How many people, sir?
Like 7.
All right. Thank you. Does everyone have life jackets on or available to them?
Yes, we have life jackets available.
Did you notice that he said 7 people were on the boat and then they counted and it was just 6? Now, another thing I noticed in the full audio, when the dispatcher called the captain of the Coast Guard, the captain said, I just talked to his grandpa and he said he doesn't need a tow.
It sounds like a bunch of kids on board on Horn Island, and he's saying the boat is sinking.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just actually got off the phone with his grandpa, who I'm guessing is the owner of the boat. And
Is it
he
Jerry?
said that yeah, Jerry. Yeah, he said,
Okay.
I just hung up with him. He said that they don't need any help right now, but if something changes, they'll call me back. So I'm guessing that they may have figured it out, because that's what he said. Because they're in a panic and their boat won't crank.
Yeah, they're in a panic.
My question is, why is the grandfather saying, no, they're
I'm thinking somebody hit Nolan in the head with something, and so the people around them wouldn't say nothing. They like, oh, he's just drunk and passed out or something, and they just put him back on the boat. And the whole day, I feel like they went back to that Fort something, that other body of water. They was gonna probably throw him in there. I feel like the whole day they was trying to figure out what they was gonna do with his body. Come on, bro. I feel like the whole day they was trying to see what they was gonna do with his body. The whole day after that island, whatever, it turned into what they was gonna do with his body. That's why it's his cell phone. That's why they waited till 11, after 11, to call his mama. That's why they waited all day to call his mama, because the whole day, that's why he told his mama, don't panic. It's like, what? Don't panic. My son is missing. What you talking about? Don't panic. You know why? The whole time they knew they was going to bring his body on land. They was going to dump it in that other body of water, fort, whatever. But they said, nah, we go bring it back to where it started. So they got another boat or something, and they brought it back to the island, bruh. The whole day turned into them figuring out what they was going to do with Nolan's body. And that's why the judge had her statement ready. That's why the governor had his statement ready. The commissioner of public safety. They called everybody. They called the grandpa and told him what happened. Everybody is in on it, bruh. The 4th of July turned into, what are we going to do with Nolan's body? Bam. That's why the mother was like, his phone was pinging in crazy locations because they was trying to dump the body. If I'm tripping, tell me I'm tripping, y'all. Like, they was trying to find locations. So when you question why they went to Fort Bayou or something, I think that's what it was. They was going to throw the body in that water. But they said no, it was going to look too suspicious. So they went back and they dumped it where it started. That's why the news dude, the Navy's dude said, whatever happened, his body was found right near it. You know why? Because he was in on it too. That's why he, hold up. That's why the Cajun Navy dude said he didn't send pictures to the family, because if he would have sent pictures, it would have been pictures of Nolan on the boat dead. That's why he never sent pictures. If Nolan would have drowned, they could have easily sent pictures. No, Nolan was dead on the boat the whole day. Nolan was dead on the boat the whole day, bro. The whole day was them telling everybody what to say. Okay, the Cajun Navy people, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna do that. That was the whole day of the 4th of July. That's why they waited till after 11 p.m. to call the mother and say, oh, don't worry, we're gonna find him. What you mean, don't worry? That's my son. That's why they had his cell phone the whole day deleting messages. His mom said it wasn't nothing from that day on his phone. You know why? Because they deleted everything. And look, I'm going to tell y'all this. Somebody asked, why are the pictures blurry? You know why? Because somebody was on Snapchat Live. They was on Snapchat Live, and people are screenshotting from the live video. That's why the pictures are blurry. Because people are screenshotting videos. So that's why all the pictures are blurry. It's from Snapchat Live. But the whole day was them riding around trying to figure out where they're going to dump Nolan's body, bro. That's it. That's why the boat went to Fort Bayou, whatever that was. I think it's Fort Bayou. I may be wrong, but it's Fort something. They was going to dump the body in that water. The pool pic was a distraction. AI, or it was a picture from last week or something. But I figured this shit out the whole day. That's why the grandpa hurried up and called the captain and told the captain, nah, I got it. Because the grandpa knew what was going on. The whole day was them riding around trying to figure out where they was going to dump the body. That's why we haven't seen no real video footage. That's why they showed us. That's why they were so quick to show us the GPS coordinates, to throw us off, to make it seem like, oh, all they did was went to the island, went to Fort Bayou, and went back to whoever owned the boat. That's it. That's a lie. That was a cover-up. That was to calm us down. The whole day was them riding around trying to figure out where to dump the body. That's why the grandpa hurried up and called the captain. That's why he said, no, we don't need Coast Guards. No. That's why. Because they had a dead body on the boat. That's why the governor is taking up for them. That's why the DA is taking up for them. When have you ever heard of a DA doing an interview explaining themselves to us? You know why? Because they all know what happened to Nolan, bruh. Come on, bruh. I just figured this shit out. Come on, bruh. That explains the cleaning of the boat. But the most important thing is they waited until 11 p.m. after 11 to call the mother. You know why? Because they got their plan together. If I'm tripping, tell me I'm tripping. If I'm tripping, tell me I'm tripping. That's why he's trying to act all cool, calm, and collected. But on the inside, he's scared. Your eyes gonna always tell you. So that's why his second interview on the island, he had on shades. That's why in this interview, the camera angle kept changing. They kept changing the camera angle. You know why? Because if you stay focused on his eyes too long, you can see the truth. But they kept changing the camera angle to throw you off, Bruh, this shit too easy, bruh. It's too easy. The whole day of 4th of July, bruh, they was riding around trying to dump Nolan's body. That's why the throat was missing. Thank you. That's why certain parts of his body was missing, bruh. Because whatever they did to him, that's why when the father went to the island the first day to look for Nolan's body, he wasn't there. But he said he came back the next day, the body had washed up. It didn't wash up. Somebody placed it there. They called Stacy, the medical examiner. They told her what was going down. All this shit was by design, bruh. It was by design, dog. Exactly. The pool picture is a distraction. The whole day, they was looking for somewhere to dump the body. That's why they went to Fort Bayou first. They was coming up with a game plan where to dump the body. The whole time, they left the body in the back of the boat. That's why they was cleaning the boat off. And mind you, they showed us a GPS. They never showed us the boat. A clear video of the boat, but they showed us GPS. Warren said it was 20 to 30 of them. And they had to take 3 boats because there were so many people. So what boat was that GPS connected to? What boat brought Nolan back to that island at nighttime? Come on, bro. I mean, if I'm tripping, y'all tell me I'm tripping. I don't want to be reaching. But it all makes sense, bro. The whole day of the 4th of July, after 4:30, they was looking for somewhere to dump Nolan's body, bro. Case solved. That's it. It all makes sense. They never had a party. They never went. It was none of that. The day turned into fun, and then after 4:30, it turned into them trying to dump the body and coming up with their alibis, coming up with their stories. That's why they called the mother and said, "Oh, don't worry. That's when somebody guilty, they're gonna call your mom and say, have you seen such and such? Have you seen Nolan?" And the mom like, "No." You know why they asked that? Because they already knew Nolan was dead. They had Nolan's cell phone. Have you heard from Nolan? No, y'all got his cell phone. How she gonna hear from him? Exactly. Who was the park ranger? And the Cajun Navy dude. Let's go to him. Hold on. Damn, bro. See, I ain't had none of this shit planned, but the more I hear them talk, the more they tell themselves. Bro, hold on. Let's go to the Cajun Navy dude. Thank y'all too for joining live, man. I really appreciate y'all. I don't like to reach on my channel. I like to make sense, bro. Cajun Navy. Nolan Wells. Shout out to TikTok, bro. TikTok's so simple, man.
Yeah, I was told that there was a boat he thought he was going to get on that was leaving and that he might have been trying to swim to it. The only problem I have with that story is that if the people in the boat knew he was trying to swim to it and they saw him getting carried off with the current, they would have known about it. They would have been able to react to it. Not only that, even if
you know why nobody knows on that island what happened? Because they whatever they did to Nolan, drugged him, anything. He was dead on that boat already, so they can hide the body. The whole day turned into them trying to dump the body. That's it. It was never a pool party. It was never anything after 4:30. It was them trying to dump the body. That's why they went to Fort Bayou, because they was gonna dump it there. But they waited until it got nighttime. They left the body in the boat, so when they go out to look for it, they went back, then they dumped the body. So the second day when the father came, he was like, wait, the body was just there. Yes, because they put the body there, bruh. Come on, man. Come on, bruh. This shit easy. Come on.
that wasn't the case, if he went into the water at all and became distressed, it was so crowded that day that it seems hard to believe that nobody would have noticed a distressed swimmer in the water. So again, it's a story I was told. There's a lot of reasons why I question it. What I do know is that he went out there with a number of boys that has been his regular friend group since he was young. They were ready to leave at about 3 o'clock. They told him it's time to go. I was told he had started talking to a young lady, and he wanted to hang back.
But you see, if none of that shit is true, why are you spreading your Caucasian lips like this shit is true? Why are you talking like this shit true? You see how they talk? If you don't know anything, why are you talking? They trying to create a narrative about this girl, Katie. Katie ain't got shit to do with this. The only thing about Katie is they mad that Katie liked it liked it Nolan. Nolan been dead, bruh. That's why he couldn't send pictures to the parents. He didn't show the pictures to the parents because Nolan was dead on that boat. His body didn't just washed up. And they brought him back to that island and they faced him face down on the ground on purpose. They kept his throat on purpose, his thyroid on purpose, parts of his stomach on purpose, bruh. It was all on purpose. I believe they drugged him and they did something, bruh. The whole day turned into them. It was a mission. Where are we gonna dump this body? Bam. Bam.
And keep talking to her, and that he would believe that he could get another ride. Now, some people have been criticizing and saying, no, you never leave your friend. Well, technically, they didn't leave him. He requested to stay behind. And
you see? Look how he talking. He talking like he was there. But no, they had time to get everybody on board to keep telling the same story over and over. Keep saying the same thing because eventually they gonna believe us. No, them days over, bro. Them days over, bro. We thinking for ourselves, bro. Everybody got the same script. We're gonna say this. If you don't know what happened, why are you talking like this happened? They all on the same team, bro. Even the Cajun Navy, bro. Damn. Boy.
if you know anything about how, these barrier islands are and how they're used recreationally, people go out there on one boat, they might come back on another boat. Like it's almost like a community ferry system because not everybody has a boat and you might jump on with another.
Why are you explaining and breaking yourself down if you wasn't there? Like you trying to be a witness, but I told y'all, bro. He's acting like he's a witness for these Caucasian for these Caucasian dudes. Dude, what are you doing? He's guilty. They all in on it, bro. Everybody in that town is in on it. But like I say, shout out to the Caucasian people that's using a Caucasian privilege to expose racist Caucasian people. Shout out to y'all, bro. I love it. I'm loving it. I told y'all the ancestors don't play. They'll use their own people against them. Come on.
Group of friends, whatnot. What we have to find out is after his friends left, who was Nolan in contact with? Who did
Exactly. Appreciate you, G. Reed.
Get a ride back with? Did that boat give him a ride? Did he get on any boat? How did he end up in the water? Did he wade into the water on his own? Did he get on a boat and fall off? That's what we have to find out. On those particular islands, you're not allowed to like camp out or be there after dark.
That's a lie. That's a lie. You want to know how? Hold on. Remember what he just said. Hold on.
Did he get on a boat and fall off?
Listen.
That's what we have to find out. On those particular islands, you're not allowed to like camp out or be there after dark.
Why do you think he said, He was lying, bruh. Hold on. I'm going to show you the video to show you you can camp out. Hold on. Listen to the like he's starting up his truck.
In the water. Did he wade into the water on his own? Did he get on a boat
Look.
and fall off? That's what we have to find out. On those particular islands, you're not allowed to like camp out or be there after dark.
Now remember he said that. Let's go. He said you can't camp out or be there after dark. Let's go. I ain't playing with these dudes, bruh. You got the wrong one. You got the wrong one. I'm gonna show you. I'm about to show you. I'm about to show you. Run the tape. Hold on. Here we go.
I'm Brittany Allen.
You cute, Brittany.
So we are heading into
We gotta do work.
And as always, every Friday at 6, our Walt Grayson has a story for us as he focuses on Mississippi.
Now, we're traveling about as far south as you can go in Mississippi and still be on dry land. And Walt,
Now this from 2020. This is a video of Horn Island from 2020. Listen.
assuming we're going beyond Gulfport and Biloxi.
Yes, that's exactly right. We're going to the land where Gulf Coast artists...
What y'all see right here? He said you can't camp out or stay overnight. What y'all see right here? These are tents, right? And listen, remember what he just said. Hold on. I don't want y'all to forget.
Did he get on any boat? How did he end up in the water? Did he wade into the water on his own? Did he get on a boat and fall off? That's what we have to find out. On those particular islands, you're not allowed to like camp out or be there after dark. And so the rangers, as it gets to be sunset, they start running around looking for, if there's still any boaters or people out there saying, hey guys, it's time to go home.
He said you can't be out there after dark. You can't be on the island. He didn't say in the water. He said you can't be on the island or camping out on the island after dark. Now watch this video of Horn Island from 2020. Let's go.
Walter Anderson found so much inspiration, and I was thinking a trip out to Horn Island. Horn Island is a part of the Gulf Islands National Seashore, so it, along with several other barrier islands, are a national park. It's also a national wilderness area. There's nothing man-made on Horn Island, except a ranger cabin somewhere near the middle.
When he said there's nothing man-made, trust me, there's something man-made. They got cameras somewhere. They got hidden cameras somewhere, bro. I told y'all, when it comes to the news media, they are the biggest liars on earth. Don't believe shit they say. That's why they mad at content creators, because we so raw and uncut. They not raw and uncut. They have to put out whatever master tells them to put out. That's what they have to put out. Listen to how he say it's nothing man-made on the island. Trust me.
Trip out to Horn Island. Horn Island is a part of the Gulf Islands National Seashore, so it, along with several other barrier islands, are a national park. It's also a national wilderness area. There's nothing man-made on Horn Island, except a ranger cabin somewhere near the middle, and there's not always a ranger there. Anything else you might need, you have to bring it with you. And of course, take it back when you leave. Horn Island is several miles long, but less than a mile wide at its widest point. And to the north is the Mississippi Sound. The water and the beaches there look about like they do on the Gulf Coast. But to the south is the Gulf of Mexico, and the water and beaches there look more like what you're used to in Florida, sugar white sand and turquoise water. Well, it's like that on a sunny day. Now, when a storm is brewing, the sea turns leaden gray, the waves are angry, and it's a powerful place just to stand and watch. There's a symmetry to a lot of nature on Horn Island, so I can see where Walter Anderson gets the idea for the repeated rhythms and patterns that we see in so much of his work. And the pine trees on Horn really do look like the ones Anderson renders in his watercolors. I thought they were caricatures until I saw the real pines, but that's what they look like. Sort of like spindly pines of Rome in Italy. Artists still come out to Horn Island for inspiration, alone sometimes, as members of groups a lot. They may stay overnight for a week or more.
Did y'all hear that? We're gonna run that back, what he just said. We ain't done. Watch. Listen what he said. Listen. Linda, listen.
Inspiration, alone sometimes, as members of groups a lot. Artists still come out to Horn Island for inspiration, alone sometimes, as members of groups a lot. They may stay overnight or a week or more. The day breaks silently with a whisper on the breeze and uncertain.
He said they may stay overnight or a week or more. Listen to what he just said. Now, this the Cajun Navy dude who took the pictures and, he was looking for Nolan. He had his people out there looking for Nolan. Listen to what he said.
In particular islands, you're not allowed to camp in the water. Did he wade into the water on his own? Did he get on a boat and fall off? That's what we have to find out. On those particular islands, you're not allowed to camp out or be there after dark. And so the rangers,
That's a lie, dude. That's a lie.
Pines of Rome in Italy. Artists still come out to Horn Island for inspiration, alone sometimes, as members of groups a lot. They may stay overnight or a week or more. The day breaks silently with a whisper on the breeze and uncertainty in the air. It may be gray or it may be sunny, but each kind of weather brings out its own personality and traits on the island. At nighttime, you make of it what you want. A luau, a ritual dance around the fire, an unveiling of the day's artistic work. Even firing pottery at night takes on a special flavor on Horn Island.
So he said you can't be there at nighttime, but you got people doing rituals, pottery. What are he talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? People doing rituals. Listen.
At nighttime, you make of it what you want. A luau, a ritual dance around the fire, and unveiling the day's artistic work. Even firing pottery at night takes on a special flavor on Horn Island. Now, I'll admit, I'm not that much of an outdoorsman. I mean, my idea of roughing it's when the air conditioner in the hotel room keeps waking me up when it cycles on and off. But if I were an artist, especially one who specialized in capturing nature and realizing it in my work, I'd be on Horn Island tonight. Well, you gotta go.
Come on, bruh. Now, we supposed to believe anything he say? Hell no. We ain't done with him yet. Hold on.
gets to be sunset, they start running around looking for, if there's still any boaters or people out there saying, hey guys, it's time to go home. So I would not think that Nolan was just wandering around the island when it got dark. My instinct tells me that he got off the island, either tried to swim off or got off on a boat and somehow ended up in the water. You see, he don't know shit, but he's trying to create a narrative. You don't know anything. Fucking water boy, call you water boy. You don't know anything, but you speculating. But you telling everybody else don't speculate. Bobby Boucher. Because of the Rangers' presence, I don't think it's likely.
Hold on.
Brian Trasher. Brian.
Oh, here we go. This is what I want to see.
Again. United Cajun Navy. Spotted.
Hold on. We gotta see the full one with him. United. Appreciate everybody for joining live, man. The whole day, it was never no pool party, bro. The whole day, they was trying to figure out where to dump Nolan's body, bro. That's it. That's it, bro. Okay, what's this? Hold on. That's it, bro. Let's see. Here we go.
You observed his body being found. Did you take any images or document that moment?
So I started taking images of the scene on the ground. There were several.
Now, mind y'all, in the other video, he wasn't blinking like this. But you know why he blinking like that? Because now he on TMZ and he know the whole world about to see this shit. So he can't hide the shit. The other video, he wasn't blinking like this. He was calm. Look how he blinking now, bruh.
His body being found. Did you take any images or document that moment?
So I started taking images of the scene on the ground. There were several law enforcement boats and personnel. And later on, when I looked at the pictures and zoomed in, I noticed that you could actually see the body on the shoreline.
He's lying. That's why he blinking like that. He lying.
In those pictures, I was not trying to take a picture of the body at the time, and ended up being captured in the wide angle.
And what exactly do you see in the photos?
I see a body that matches the description of Nolan Wells, laying face down at the shoreline, right at the water's edge, and he was wearing swim trunks.
Hey, Nicole, send that to my Instagram. Send that information to my Instagram DM. Appreciate you.
And, was, not moving, obviously. It looked like he was sleeping on the beach.
Now knowing that the family is looking for any information about his body being discovered that day and washing up on shore, do you plan to hand over these photos and these images to the family or to their team?
Yeah, I mean, look, there's obviously images that I hope that his family never has to see. However, anything,
now, if Nolan drowned, why are there images you hope his family never gets to see? If he just drowned. He didn't just drown, bro. Nolan was strangled and beaten to death. That's why it was a closed casket. That's why it was so bad at the funeral. And look, I don't like Al Sharpton, but he did something, like he did the right thing. It was so bad at the funeral, he had to put up an award, bro, for people to start talking. And ever since that funeral, they talking. That's how bad his body looked, bro. He had to have a closed casket funeral, bro. If he just drowned, it wouldn't have been all that. If he just drowned, Mississippi didn't have to give the autopsy to the grand jury. You know why? Because the truth is in that autopsy, bro. That's why they gave it to the grand jury, dog. That's why they doing interviews with YouTubers, bro. The time is running out, man. Come on, bro.
I want to repeat this. Anything that Christine and Elmore want from the United States Navy, we will not tell them no. We will give them whatever they want, anytime they want. All they have to do is ask.
So once they ask you, you will then hand over anything that you do have and any information that you have from that day?
That's correct.
Why didn't your team communicate to the family about what you saw that day?
Yeah, I just didn't think that it would be helpful to his mom as she was just...
This fucking water boy, I'm gonna call him Bobby Boucher. Bobby Boucher, hold on. We got to play that question again, bro. Because she asked him a simple question. This dude said, I think. My boy, we don't care what you think, Bobby. Bro, I wish I could just reach in this laptop and slap you right now. What the hell is wrong with him? We don't care what you think. What the parents want to see. He lying. He didn't think about the parents. He's trying to cover up the murder also, bro. Listen to what he said, bro, when she asked him a simple question. Like I say, shout out to the Caucasian people that's calling their own people out. I love to see it.
Obviously.
And washing up on shore. Now knowing that the family is looking for any information about his body being discovered that day and washing up on shore, do you plan to hand over these photos and these images to the family or to their team?
Yeah, I mean, look, there's obviously images that I hope that his family never has to see. However, anything, and I want to repeat this, anything that Christine and Elmore want from the United States Navy, we will not tell them no. We will give them whatever they want, anytime they want. All they have to do is ask.
So once they ask you, you will then hand over anything that you do have and any information that you have from that day?
That's correct.
Why didn't your team communicate to the family about what you saw that day?
yeah, I just didn't think that it would be helpful to his mom as she was just finding out that her son was dead. That I saw the body.
Nah, dude. You was trying to cover up the truth. That's why you never showed them the pictures of the body. I told y'all, man, the first 48 hours of any investigation are the most critical, bruh. And they know that. The first 48 hours, that's why he didn't show them the pictures, man. Nobody cares what you think, Bobby Boucher. We don't care what you think. If the family was Caucasian, I bet you would show them all the evidence, all the everything. But you want to hold back from the family. Oh, I don't think they need to see the body. Yes, they do, bruh. They need to see how their son died. But they don't want to show you that, man. Notice, everybody talking, but they not showing you anything. They kept his throat, his thyroid, parts of his stomach. Come on, bruh. We see the whole play. We see the whole play. Bobby Boucher.
So human curiosity is gonna probably ask me to describe what I saw, and I just think that would have made it worse. Certainly wasn't trying to hide anything from her. And as a matter,
That's exactly what you was trying to do. You was trying to hide everything from her. Because you know who started everything, bro? We need to find out who is Warren's grandfather. Whoever was the owner of that boat, the grandfather, he made calls to everybody he know. He is the KKK leader, bro. It's him. Remember, the grandfather called the captain of the tow. He was the first one to know everything. It was the grandfather. It's the grandfather, bro. We got to find out who he is. And like I say, this is for YouTube. No threats, no violence, nothing. We just need answers, bro. That's it. Well, we already got our answer. We know the whole day of the 4th of July, they was riding around trying to dump the body. That's why they went to Fort Bayou. They was going to dump the body there, but they kept it there in the boat for, probably a day. That's why the father went to the island. He didn't see the body. Then they went back to the island at nighttime and they laid it on the ground face down to make it look like it washed up. Come on, bro. That's common sense, dog. This common sense, bro. This is common sense, dog. And everybody in on it. That's why everybody talking. They should just stay quiet. But they so guilty they have to talk. I told y'all, most racist people in Mississippi are dumb as hell. They dumb. So they can't see what they doing. They think they saving their ass. They not. They are dumb. When I say dumb, I mean dumb. They only got a position because the color of their skin. Like I said, they the real DEI, bro. That's why they be projecting on us. They the real DEI. They got those positions because the people they know in the Klan and the color of their skin. That's it. But at the end of the day, they dumb. They dumb. They kids dumb. That's why we got dumb people running the country, because they dumb. They just all Caucasian and they part of the Klan. They all dumb. You can't make this shit up, bro. You can't make this shit up, bro. It's dumb people running the country, bro. So you have people, you gotta vote. I understand voting, but you got dumb people running the country, bro. You got dumb people that's the judges that, come on, bro. They all dumb, bro. That's a video title. They all dumb.
for a fact, I was 400 feet in the air, and there was plenty of law enforcement on the scene, right there with his body. So anybody could have, could describe what they saw and what they saw up close. Now, later on, I found out that they were not given access to the body and all that kind of stuff, and maybe it could have been helpful if I just told them a little bit that I knew, but I didn't know that at the time.
When you observed his body being...
Oh boy. All right, y'all. I'm about to go. I gotta go cook, bro. I wasn't even supposed to go live today. I'm about to go cook, and I gotta put the machine together. I appreciate everybody for joining live, man. 9 times out of 10, I'll be going live tomorrow. You never know with me, bro. But I appreciate everybody, bro. We solved the case, bro. We solved it, dog. On the 4th of July. On the 4th of July. Hold on. Fuck that. We ain't done. The hell I'm talking about? Hold on. I gotta show y'all something. Hold on. We ain't done. We ain't done. My bad. My bad. Pardon me. Pardon me. Pardon me. Hold on. Hold on. It all makes sense now, bro. It all makes sense why Ashley. It all makes sense why Ashley had this statement ready. It all makes sense why Ashley had this statement ready. Hold on. It all makes sense. She had this statement ready because they had nothing but time. On the 4th of July, when Nolan was murdered, they had nothing but time. First, hold on. Let's pull up the GPS too. Hold on. 1 second, y'all. I'm about to explain this shit. GPS, Nolan Wells. Shout out to the ancestors, bro. We didn't connect the dots, dog. Hold on. Okay. First, let's
There are trucks.
let's look at this map again. Let's break down this map again. My bad, y'all. We ain't going nowhere. Not right now. Not right now. Hold on. Okay.
With the district attorney who
It's too easy,
confirmed
bro.
the investigation will eventually be turned over to a grand jury.
See, these dudes knew. They knew everything too. They knew everything too, bro. They was just playing along. The Cajun Navy, whatever.
You're wondering what happened to the 18-year-old on the July 4th weekend. Let's bring Anna Schechter, who runs our crime unit. She's joining us right now. Anna, so what are we learning about those new details in this case? What can you tell us?
Well, we actually have obtained new movement records, the GPS data. Our Jared Eggleston and Skylar Henry down in the...
I ain't trusting nobody that look like this, bro. Shout out to this though. She fresh. She fresh though.
Mississippi obtained this from a Mississippi entity, and it actually shows exactly where the boat...
You heard her, right? She said it actually shows exactly. You see how they talk with exact, when they talk like this all facts? It's not all facts. This is a lie. This is a lie.
From when it arrived at Horn Island, you're seeing, as that scrolls down on your screen there, you're seeing that July 4th, that tracking movement, the vessel...
I need to see a map. Somebody, hold on. I need to see a map. I don't need to see shit moving. I need to see the map so we can break this down. Somebody send me the map of what happened to my Instagram so we can pull it up. Somebody please send it to my Instagram, Introvert Rockstar. Send a map of the coordinates they said. Matter of fact, hold on. GPS map. Nolan. What else? 1 second. I could depend on TikTok.
The more information that comes out.
We have some new information.
The more information that comes out.
The boat data.
Okay, this is a marine map.
It will help you a little more than Google Maps will.
And it actually shows...
At 4:31,
The boat leaves Horn Island at
Here we go.
5:44 p.m.
The hour prior, the boat was getting ready to sink. Let them tell it.
We're sinking. Can y'all please call?
Yet you're able to make a pit stop at Jack's house, allegedly, at 5:44.
So they started off right here with my let's see. They started off right here where this one is at. Then they wait here. Then they went to the island. Then they left at supposedly 4:30. But see, in between these times, bro, Fort Bayou, right here, she said they stopped at. Understood. Hold on.
5:44, the boat then leaves again, and it travels to Fort Bayou around 5:52 before returning to the dock at 6:06 p.m. Later that evening, the boat went to the Fort Bayou boat launch at 7:19 p.m. according to the MSDMR report. From there, it traveled overland, presumably by a vehicle to the
They showed us a GPS to a boat that Nolan wasn't on. That's what happened. Mind you, we never saw a video or a picture of the boat. No news media has got coverage of the boat. Where is the boat that this GPS was on? Ask yourself that question. Where is the boat? Where is the so-called boat that this GPS was on? That's all I'm saying. But they told us, even if this wasn't the boat and a GPS, they went to Fort Bayou. They was gonna dump his body in Fort Bayou. But some boat, somebody took him back to the island. Somebody took him back to the island. They left the boat here. They left his body and the boat there for a day. Then the next day, they brought him back to Horn Island. And the whole time, while all this going on, they was coming up with their story. So this is why Ashley was so ready. This is why she wrote a statement. This is her guilt talking. This is her guilt talking. Our family, along with the community, grieves the loss of Nolan Wells. Our thoughts and prayers are with Nolan's family. Our son Warren loved Nolan dearly. He didn't. This is her guilt talking, bro. Unfortunately, I feel that it's appropriate for our family to dispel some rumors with facts based upon the social media attention that is being diverted away from the Wells family and their loss. Yes, I deactivated my Facebook. You know why? Because she was on that island. She was on that island. Remember, she talked first. Her son did an interview first. What that tell you? They not going down for nobody. That's why if you go back and watch my last video I did yesterday, go back and watch my video. I said that him and his mother are just alike. They were the first ones to talk because they guilty. She said, I fear for the safety of my child, my children. My husband and I have 6 children. We covet their privacy. We do not believe it is appropriate for our minor children's photographs to be circulated throughout the internet, presenting potential threats. Nobody harming your kids, woman. We don't even move like that. Your kids doing the harming. What are you talking about? You see how you like to play the victim? You see? She tried it. I graduated high school with Christine Wells. We are from the same community. I have the utmost respect for her and all of the Wells family. We mourn the loss of Nolan with them. Our prayers have been and will continue to be with them. My husband and I were not at Horn Island at any point on 4th of July. You know what that means? Her and her husband were at Horn Island, bro. They was there. My husband and I were not at Horn Island at any point on 4th of July. But you deactivated your Facebook. You was there. You can't make this shit up, bro. Come on. Okay, somebody just sent me some on Instagram. Hold on, let me finish reading this. Appreciate you too. She said her husband wasn't there. They was there. That's why everybody deleted their social media accounts. They was there. No one in our family is trying in any way to impede the investigation by law enforcement or to otherwise hamper the family and law enforcement quest for answers. First of all, Jackson State, whatever, Jackson County, they not doing no investigation, bro. They not doing no investigation. Warren was interviewed by the Jackson County Sheriff's Department and cooperated fully. Okay. He saw Nolan last. Listen. He saw Nolan last. This is where Nolan got this from. This was his 3 p.m. He saw Nolan last at 3 p.m. on July 4th. They left around 4:30 p.m. when the boat was taken on water. They had an issue with the bows pump. Nolan made a decision to stay on the island and return inland later with another group of friends. So if he saw Nolan at 3 p.m., but they left at 4:30, that's the same thing Warren said. They told him, come on, get on the boat. It's, at 4:30. But you just said you saw him last at 3. You see, even as a judge, I told y'all, bro, just because somebody is a judge, that don't mean they smart, especially in Mississippi, bro. This didn't even make sense. But she's supposed to be a judge, though. She a judge. You see why they look, bro, anytime anybody is over-explaining, they lying. All this is a lie. This is the story they came up with while they was looking for somewhere to dump Nolan's body, bro. And I'm not saying allegedly, dog. Come on, bro. This is why she wrote this statement. This is why Nolan went to an interview and he said word for word, I saw Nolan last at 3 p.m. So you looked at Nolan and you looked at your clock as a teenager and you said, oh, it's 3 p.m. I just seen Nolan. Let me put that in my notes. Who they think they talking to, bro? Come on. Yes, I am a judge. I also value transparency. I apologize if anyone was offended that I deleted my social media. You apologizing to people. She said there were no nefarious motivations in my deleting my social media. Trust me, it was nefarious motivations. I told you, bro, you don't have to be smart to be a judge, bro. It's all about who you know. And are you a raccoon or are you Caucasian? That's it. Especially in Mississippi. Come on, bro. She said there were no nefarious motivations in deleting my social media. Trust me, it was nefarious as hell. Social media has a lot of positives, but a lot of negatives. Nope. They just mad because they can no longer hide racism. They can't hide racism. That's why they mad at content creators. They can't hide racism no more. They can't sweep this under the rug like everybody else. See, a lot of people sending me so many stories about our people. I'm just one person, and I done covered, if you go down my timeline since 2024, I done covered so many stories out of Mississippi, bro. And guess what happened? They always sweep it under the rug. Always. But this time they can't do that, and they mad. They mad, bro. Social media has a lot of positives, but a lot of negatives. We live in a world of clickbaiting, ma'am. Fox News is the most clickbaiting outlet. You let your son go on Officer Tatum, aka Officer Raccoon. He clickbaits the most on YouTube. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? My family is hopeful that this information will help redirect the attention to the Wells family, their grief, and their need for our community support. What you mean support? Nobody talking. So what you mean support? Come on, Ashley. Hold on. So, let's see. Somebody sent me something. Let's go back. Let's see. Okay. No, I'm gonna. Oh, hold on. It's in my request. Appreciate you. Okay. And Tweaker. Appreciate you for that. And Tweaky, I probably say your name wrong, but if you know, you know. Appreciate you. I think I just showed this one.
I consolidated like.
Yeah, we just showed them. But appreciate that other information about Horn Island. I appreciate that. But yeah, y'all. We just solved it, bro. The whole day of the 4th of July was them riding around trying to dump Nolan's body. That's why the media, out of everything they could have showed us, they didn't show us a boat, but they showed us a GPS to a boat we never seen before. Warren said that it was 20 to 30 of them and they had to take 3 boats, but they showed us a GPS of a boat we never seen. This is not the right GPS, but I promise you, they did go to Fort Bayou because they wanted to dump the body and they left the boat there. And Grandpa told them, do what you gotta do, bring my boat home, whatever. But they put the body in another boat and they brought it back to Horn Island. That's why they cleaned the boat out. That's it. The 4th of July was them trying to dump the body, bro. That's it. That's it. So go make y'all videos, spread the word, man. The 4th of July was them trying to dump the body and come up with their alibis. That's why they waited till 11 p.m. to call the mother. Did you hear from Nolan? How I'm gonna hear from Nolan and y'all got his cell phone? Bam. Nobody remember they mama number by heart these days, especially young kids. That's why he asked that question. That was their alibi. But they not smart enough. They thought they were smart. They failed. Exactly. Did you hear from Nolan? How I'm gonna hear from my son and you got his cell phone on an island with no coverage. So he can't. So hold on. You telling me you left your brother, your friend on the island with no cell phone coverage? That's a lie. It's a lie. They brought Nolan back, but he was dead already. The 4th, I'm gonna say it the last time, bro. Go make y'all content, do what y'all do, spread the word, bro. The 4th of July was them riding around trying to dump the body. That's it. And in that meantime, in those 2 days, they was telling everybody, the grandpa went and told everybody, look, this what happened. We got to cover it up. Don't show them the pictures. Don't do. Everybody is in on it, bro. So, hey, bro, I got to go eat, man. I forgot. Damn, it's 5 something, bro. What the hell? I never been on live this long before. But, hey, man, I appreciate everybody for the super chats. Damn, man. We done solved it, man. The pool party was a distraction. They murdered Nolan. And they put him on a boat. The whole day was them trying to dump the body. That's it, man. She said, don't go. I gotta go I gotta eat. All I ate was an apple. I gotta cook, you know. So, hey, man, I appreciate everybody, man. Thank y'all, bro. Shout out to everybody that's on this, on this case, bro. And covering all the other cases, too, you know, that's going on with our people. You know, I appreciate everybody, man. So, enjoy y'all day, bro. I love y'all, man. Thank y'all for the random cash apps, the super chats. I love y'all, bro. I will see y'all either later on tonight or probably tomorrow.